It is the morning of May 8th, and you guessed it, Kaylee and I are going after the same birds we've been hunting the past 3 or 4 mornings now. But they were out in the field last night right before dark, so I'm hoping they're going to be roosted right on the edge of the field, which means we'll be able to get in the backside of them and backdoor them if they do what they've done yesterday. But they don't do the same stuff every day. But it's a good cold morning. They should be gobbling. We're going to get up there and get after them. Okay, everybody, we're set up on this bird. We're super close to him. As you can hear right there. I got Kaylee right here in front of me, and I'm set up in the back. Hopefully we can make this happen this morning. They just fly down. Just flew down, babe. Just flew down. They're coming, babe. Babe, whenever you have a shot, just shoot it. Last I saw him, he was in range. He was in range the last time I saw him. Right in range. What?
They will be if they crest it. I can only see the tip of his spear.
Yeah.
They're just beyond that. It's like a really big tip. I can only see the tip of her fan.
Well, I'm gonna keep going, try to crawl up there and stand up and shoot him.
I think that's gonna work.
see them? You can? Oh, are they shootable?
I can't. Their heads are way too low.
Crawl up there and see if you can get a shot at them. They're not going to come any closer. Gotta stay really low.
What?
Gotta stay really low. Oh, the turkeys are gone. This is probably the most frustrated I've been turkey hunting in years. Had that Tom standing down here at 40 or 45 yards for a while, but there's a roll in the hill, so Kaylee could only get glimpses of them. And then they stood over this hill and strutted around for a while, and then met a hen and went back down the hill that way. Unbelievable. That's gonna do it for today's turkey hunt. We ended up driving the gator around and trying to strike another bird up this morning. We didn't have any luck, but at the end of this video I'm gonna answer some questions you guys have left on some previous videos. Dusty Bowhunter asked if all those spurs were from birds that I'd killed, and he was talking about the video where I showed you how I set up my turkey fangs and beards and spurs and stuff. Yes. These are all my gobblers I've killed right here. I've just put them all on a necklace. This Daniel Maston asked Cliff any particular type of oil best for the way Kaylee and I cook our turkeys. We just use vegetable oil. I'm sure there's probably better oils you can use, but that's all we do. Paul Gibson said, Cliff, sorry if you already answered this question, but how do you find where the turkey are roosted if they aren't responding to any of your calls and it's your first time hunting that area of woods? That's a rough one. To be honest with you, a lot of the birds that I hunt, I've hunted my whole life, or the areas I've hunted my whole life, and the birds always tend to roost in the same spots every year. Not necessarily the same exact spot, but the same ridges and stuff like that. If I'm going into woods that I've never hunted before to hunt turkeys, I'd get on my Onyx map and I'd look at the topography, and I'd find where there's ridge tops that butt up to crop fields or anything like that, and a lot of times those birds like roosting on those ridges. So that's kind of what I would do if I were you. I'd just download that app, Hunt Onyx, and just look at the topography and try to figure out, you know, where those birds might actually be. John Blackie said, you guys were close. Do you have any decoys out for Kaylee? He's talking about the video that's titled Close Call for Kaylee. Yes, we had a decoy set up on a logging road, but he never got up high enough where he could actually see where those decoys were, so he never actually saw the decoys. Mike Andrews said, Kaylee sure is patient. Good job, Zane. Have you considered gobbling to get toms to get closer? I haven't actually tried that yet. That a lot of times that works in the late season, especially when the toms start grouping back up. The birds we are hunting, though, there's always 3 gobblers that are together. There's one that's a dominant one, and then there's 2 that are kind of submissive to him. But that would be a great idea, I think, especially if I ever run into those birds and there's only 2 of the gobblers. A gobble call would be a good idea, because there's normally 3, so if I gobbled to them, those 2 would think it's the 3rd one, you know, maybe. So that's very good point there. I might try that. Steve Minute said graduating college. Big congratulations, Kaylee. Full-time hunting now? No, she's going to be full-time working now. Kenneth Jasinski asked what tripod you use for main camera. Does it have a pretty smooth action when moving with an animal? The tripod I'm using right now is this one. I'll show you. It's called Manfrotto. And it's got a pretty good fluid head. I like it. You use that little rolly thing there, tightens it or loosens it, and it is pretty smooth, really. I enjoy it for this little camera. I think if you had a bigger camera it might be a little more trouble, but works good for me. Dylan Richards asked, do you have hearing aids, and if so, which kind? I have Starkey hearing aid, and it's a Z series. Works good. Chris Sutherland asked any suggestions on setting up your decoys. I always try to set my Jake decoy facing me and the camera, because a lot of times those toms will come around the front and strut to those decoys, putting their tail fan towards us, so you can, the person that's shooting has time to move and stuff without them seeing you. Okay, that's a wrap on the questions. Really hoping Kaylee lays a smackdown on one of these big toms here soon. We'll be back after him in the morning. Thanks for watching, everybody.